All right. Here we are. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. All right. So today is lesson number 11. We're literally almost halfway through the book. Can you believe that? Literally halfway through this book. Today is going to be talking about the future tense. We're going to continue. Last week, we talked about the future tense that had to do with the simple action. Today, we're going to be discussing the future tense in group number 2. In group number 2, there are the forceful verbs. They're forceful, okay? Group number 1 has how many dots?
1,
Group number 2 has how many dots?
2,
2. Group number 3 has how many dots?
3.
3. Okay. So that's good. You guys remember that. San Francisco, California. What is that?
Simple,
Uh-huh.
forceful,
Yes.
causative.
Good. Awesome. Causative. Wonderful. We have a group number 4, but we're not going to discuss that. We don't want to get everybody confused. Okay. So this lesson, we're going to discuss how group number 2 verbs work in the future tense. Okay. And which means the forceful verbs, because that's what they are. They're done forcefully. Okay. So last week we saw that in the past tense, they work a little differently. Okay. I mean, they're still verbs, they're still actions, but they're in a certain place in time. They're in the past. Okay. But today we're talking about the future, but here it is for the past. Okay. So we know it's past because they added letters to the end of the root, as you see here, which is the tav and the yod. That means I. Okay. And if they did it in a very forceful way, it means that they smashed it. Okay. So the actual root of it, the shin, the bet, and the resh means to break. But if I'm going to break something and I do it in a very forceful way, then it's being smashed. So I smashed. Well, what part of this word here or what sign would tell you that it's smashed? I'm going to make it a little bit larger so you can see it. What part of this word, any mark, any dot would say that you smashed it in the past? There it is. It's that one dot right there under the shin. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I right here. Here's the break. And I did it in a forceful way. So I smashed it. So it has one dot. Where this is talking about the past tense. This is not talking about a future tense. Okay. So there's going to be some differences. All right. This underneath here, I is the right here. And then a call means to eat. Okay. But I did it in a certain way. Did I eat it regular or did I eat it forcefully? If I ate it forcefully, I devoured it. Right. So that's the sign. And of course, we'll have a little diagram in the back. Will show you that, that's a forceful way. Okay. We also learned in our introductory lesson that for the future tense, that group number 2 verb tenses will always have 2 dots if they're going to be in the future. Okay. They're going to have 2 dots underneath the added future tense letter. So now we understand that you could have literally the same root, but now instead of putting something on the end of the root, they're putting something right here, a letter on the front. If it's on the front, it tells you that it is the future. Very simple, just putting the pieces together, okay? But now you have these 2 dots under the first letter, and those 2 dots are telling us that it's forceful. So now we have to understand that it's not I, but it's he will. And the reason why it's he will is because it's in the future, okay? So when we look at our letters that are added, it's not just going to be he by himself. we have to remember to say he will. If I was to put an aleph on the front, it's I will. If I was to put a tav on the front, it's you will. If I was to put a noon on the front, it'd be we will. And the reason why it's will is because it's in the future, some action that's going to happen in the future. However, since both of the active and the passive forms will have two dots underneath their added future tense letters, we are going to have the same problem that we had in the previous lesson. So they're asking a question. How are we going to tell the difference between an active and a passive? Okay, so just to give you a quick review, there's these two ways that actions can be done. Active is you actually doing the action. You or someone doing the action, okay? Someone or something actively doing it, okay? The passive is that the action is coming upon you or someone or something. So they just sit there and the action's happening to them. That's why he says, stop being passive. You know, I used to tell my son that when he plays sports, don't be passive. Just don't let things happen. You make it happen. Get active. Stop being passive, okay? So the passive is saying, I'm receiving, okay? So active is to give the action, and the passive is to receive it. So it's a giving and it's a receiving, okay? Once again, we have the same answer. So because we're trying to figure out would you be able to tell the difference between the two? The answer is going to be the same. The simple look at the vowel under the second letter, because that's the way that they're teaching us. Okay, so the first letter is going to have the two dots, and then the next letter is going to tell you if it's active, or the next letter is going to tell you that it's passive. So they're going to give you different little pieces to your puzzle. So now this is something that we're going to study today. We're going to find out how can a person tell the difference between the two. And that's basically what the Hebrew language is. It's a matter of pieces to a puzzle. And the reason why we don't understand it is because we don't understand the pieces. But once you start learning the pieces, you put it all together and you'll get your answer. Okay. So for example, the easiest way for us to see this is by an example. So here's the example. I'm going to need your participation. The he right here is what letter?
The yod.
Thank you. That's the yod. Okay. These two dots under here, underneath there tells us something. What group is it in?
It's in the second group.
Second group, which is a forceful group. Okay. So we know this action is very forceful. Okay. And that's it. So can we all agree on it and accept it today that the two dots under the first letter of the word is going to be forceful because it's in group number 2. We can't change that. Okay. So we can't change that. Now we know that since that's forceful, it will go from smashing. You said, well, I see the root right here, which is to break. But now that we're doing it forcefully, we're forcefully breaking something, it becomes smashing. So the smash is right here. That's the action. Okay. So you can see something. I want you to understand. I'm going to help you break it down. What we see is that you can use letters to describe persons. You can use letters to describe the person. You can use letters to describe the number. And you can use letters to describe the gender. Person, number, and gender, or person, gender, and number, or gender, number, and person. They're all being described by letters, consonants, okay? The markings underneath those letters are going to tell us how the person is acting. That's what we need to understand. Because they're doing something, they're doing some type of action, but we need to find out how they're doing it, okay? So the dots, the slashes, these types of things right here are indicators to tell us how that person's doing it. Are they doing it in an active way, them actively doing it? Are they given the action? You know, is he doing it? Or is she doing it? Or are they doing it? Or I'm doing it? Or we're doing it? Okay. Or will do it. Okay. Or if I'm not actively doing, if I'm not the one who's giving this action or doing the work, then we're going to find out if I'm the one receiving the action. And is this something happening to me, or am I doing something? Is he smashing? Will he smash, or will he be smashed? See, but they're both in the future. Okay, so let's be clear. We're always going to have a past, a present, and a future. That's what it is. And that is what you will call time. So things are getting done in time. Okay. Actions are being done in the past, the present, and the future. And you got to find out who's doing it, when are they doing it, and how they are doing it. So last week or a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the past, how things are done in the past. We're done with that. Now we're talking about how things are being done in the future. And a few weeks from today, we're going to talk about how things are being presently done, how to fully understand that. So our focus is things that are going to happen in the future, right? That's why you're going to always see he will, she will, you will, all these things, okay? Now, here we have the two dots. What does the two dots mean?
Group
Forceful.
two,
Forceful.
Forceful. Group number 2, forceful. Perfect. So you're going to do something with some intensity. Okay. This one over here is the active way. So it's going to be two dots and this. That's the sign of something that's active. The two dots with the three dots is going to tell us that something is done passively. That's why it says the action will be done on him. Okay. So listen, he's doing the action. He is doing the action. He will be smashed. The action will be happening to him. The action is being done on him or her or them. It could be him, her, them, you, plural, you singular, you masculine, you feminine. It could be any of those different ways, okay? But all they want you to remember is that these are the indicators to tell you, or the signs that you need to be looking for. So you already got the two dots. You know what that means. The only thing that you don't know is whether it's this or whether it's this. Okay? So I'm going to make it easy for us. Because this alone, just looking at it, it's like, it's confusing. Like, okay, how am I going to remember? Okay? So these two dots right here, what sound does that make?
It.
it picks up
A UH.
Oh.
A quick I know you got that from the Jewish community, the but it's really It's Okay, it's real quick. It's a real quick Okay, it's So if I have a yod in this right here, it'd be this. How do you say that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not ya, but yeah. Okay. So we have to hear it. Okay. Ya, yeah. Ya, yeah. You see, there's a difference. Okay. So you got that down. Can everybody say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Give you another. I'm gonna put something else under it. What's this?
Tuh.
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 What's this?
No.
Nuh. Perfect. What's this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it? Easy. Okay. And each one of these letters means something, is describing a person or persons. Okay. That's what it's describing. It can also describe a number, or it can describe a gender. That's what these letters and consonants are supposed to. Okay. And we're going to continue to go over it. So that's why I keep going over and over again, because I just want you to get it. I want it to stick. So we have, let's just say this alone. What is this? How you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah. Say it again.
Oh. Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Ah. See, so the active is going to give you this sound after you say yeah and yeah. Ah. This right here for a passive, to let you know the difference, it'd be yeah. Ooh. So you got yeah, excuse me. You got yeah, ah. Then you have yeah, ooh. Yeah, ah, yeah, ooh. Got it? Yeah, ah, yeah, ooh. Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Good. So now we know there's a difference between these two sounds. So anytime you hear a ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ah, yeah, ooh. I want you to practice these sounds. And I want you to look at it with your eyes when you say yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah. Okay. And if you want to break it down, just say yeah, 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 yeah. Till you accept it, till your brain accepts it. Once your brain accepts that, then you go, yeah, 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 yeah. Then you go, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah. And when you're saying it, look at this when you're saying it. So learn how to say it and then look at this with your eyes. Yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah. And keep looking at the active. That's the only word I want you to look at. Forget about this and forget about this. Because we already know this, group number 2. Yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah. Okay. Then the group 2, you already know what is group 2 because it has 2 dots. We got that done. It's already done. Form, we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about passive. So it's yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Except the yeah. Then put the ooh on there. And that right there would tell you that it's passive. So yeah, ah, yeah, ooh. Okay. Close your eyes. Your ah is active. Your ooh is passive. Okay. I'll just say a word and you tell me what it is. Yeah. Yeah. What group?
Active.
2. Yeah. Yeah. What group?
1.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
2.
Is it simple or forceful?
Forceful.
I'll say it again. Yeah. Is it simple or forceful?
Forceful.
Forceful. So from now on, when you hear yeah, it's forceful. It means it's with intensity. Okay. So ya means that I'm actively, forcefully doing something. Ya means that something is going to be done on me or he or she. Okay. So ya ya. Don't just learn what this looks like. You got to know what it sounds like. That's what I want you to commit to memory. I want you to look at it with your eyes and then understand. And once you learn how to say ya, then you close your eyes and you say active, ya. If you have a partner at home that you can run this by, you guys play the game. You say to them, you ask them, what did I just say? All you care about is this. I don't care about the rest of this right here, the roots, because you can learn the roots. It's just putting roots on or putting this on top of the roots or putting them next to the roots. That's it. Okay. So ya, ya, That's what you want to hear. Because when you're having a conversation, and we'll get more into that, just trying to set a foundation. Okay. So, so now here's an example. Here's another example. They said here, I'm putting it out here. Our example right here is they, instead of them having a yod, now they put a tav right here. So how do you say that?
To.
Ta. Say it 7 times. Let's all do it together. 1, 2, 3. Ta.
Ta. Ta. Ta. Ta.
Have you accepted it?
Yes.
Have you accepted the sound? Is it okay with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good, right? So you don't have any more problems with this, okay? So it's ta, that's it, okay? Which is a T-U-H, ta, real quick. Now we got that down, okay? Now I'm going to say this, ta-ah. Which one did I say out of these two? Did I say the first one or the second one? Ta-ah.
First one.
First one. Is that active or is that passive?
Active.
It's active. Because any is going to be active.
Active.
It's going to be a forceful active. Okay. Ooh. Tell me, is it forceful what?
Forceful passive.
Passive. So the ooh is passive. The is active. Okay. That's how you're going to remember it, right? And then, of course, they let you know the tav right here can mean you, but it also masculine singular, or it can also mean she. Okay. It can also mean that as well, third person, right? And the way that they're doing it is to devour means the akal right here means to eat, but because it's in the group number 2 right here, it lets me know it's forceful. And when I forcefully eat something, I'm going to devour it. Okay. So in this case, you, meaning masculine singular, or she, third person, feminine singular. See? Because it goes for this one or this one. It can be either one of those. I don't know why, but that's just what they chose. I've accepted it. Okay. So you see that if I got rid of the root, I can change that root. It could be shamar right there. It could be teshuvar. It could be any of those things. Okay. So once we understand that, we're just talking about this. That will let you know. Of course, the letter, of course. You put the letter on front of it. So in our little chart right here, you're going to see how they're telling you, they're breaking it down. They'll take the word and they'll break it down and say, okay, the first thing we're going to know is what's the added letter. If you know what your added letters are, you'll know that it's the ta. Okay. It's group 2 because it has 2 dots. It's devouring because that's the action is being done in that manner. Okay. The ta'ah, if you see how they're breaking it down, the ta'ah tells you that you are actively doing something. Okay. You will actively, let me just be very clear. You will actively do something. The second vowel, which is underneath the second letter. That's why they call it the second vowel, because that's the vowel that's under the aleph right here. Lets you know that guess what? That's okay. It also lets you know that it's active because this, the way it looks, it lets you know that because that's the sound. When it's a oo, then it's passive. That means you will be. So one is you will, the other one is you will be. So active is always you will, and passive is you will be. Okay. Devoured because of the manner in which it's being done. Here's some more examples. If you notice, they break it down for us. They have the yod in front. Okay. So what's the yod in that sentence right there?
He.
Okay. Is it just he, or we got to follow our rule because it's added, he will. Let's make a practice of saying he will. Because I used to say just he, because I knew it meant he, but it means more than he because it's added to the front. It means he will. You can't forget that. Okay. So what's the root? What's the
Sin.
Shalak, yes. And basically, its basic root meaning means to sin. Okay. But because it's in group number, what group is it in?
2.
It's in 2. Why? How do you know that?
2 dots.
It has 2 dots. And if it's 2 dots, it tells you that it's a simple or forceful or what? What is it?
That one is
Forceful.
Forceful, because we got San Francisco, California. It's right here. It's the second one. So it has 2 dots. This one right here is 1 dot simple. And then, of course, our 3 dots is causative. Okay.
Okay.
It's easy. So now that we understand this, it said he will. The he will is he will actively send away. That's what it is. See? So what I want you to understand when you study this, look for the pieces. Put this as one piece, because that's the he will. The send, okay, away is the manner, which is shalak, to send. But why not just send? Why he just send? He sent away. He will send away. Because to do something in a very simple way means he will send. That's simple. But when you say I'm going to send away, I mean, I'm pushing you away. I got to send you away. That's forceful. So it went from a simple action to send to send away, which is forcefully. That's how it's understood. Okay. Just like to eat, simple, devour. You know, so you got to look, our vocabulary has to match the action. All right. Now he said he will, which is right here. That's he will right here. Okay. Be sent away. Shalom. Okay. But again, get rid of this. And what's the sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Now I'm going to do something else. That's your
Oh.
what's this?
Yesha.
Thank you. So now you can say everything.
Yeshalach.
Yes, shalak. Good. Okay. Ya shalach. Okay. Good. See, I'm getting rid of the root. What is that?
You.
Yeah. Yeah.
You.
That's ya. Take your time when you say this. So everyone can hear it, including yourself. You can hear it. Ya. You'll be like, oh, I know what that is. Ya means forceful. That's what it means. It means a forceful act. Ya. Okay. Ya. Okay. So I say ya, I know it's forceful. I say 1 dot, ye, I know it's simple. Okay. So ya is forceful. Ye is simple. Okay. So I get rid of this. And what do I have?
Yeshu.
Yashu.
Now, Yeshu what?
Yeshulach.
Yeshulak. See, so we're breaking stuff down into syllables. I need to hear this so I'll know in my mind it's a ya. That is So every time I hear, so I want you to practice the because means forceful. It means intense. It means with some pressure. Okay. If you think about it, yeah, where's that come? Say
Oh,
Where's the coming from when you feel it? When you say, where do you feel it at?
gut.
Do you feel it in your stomach?
Yes.
You got to use the in your stomach. So you literally got to force it out, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, the connection between the sounds and the body. When you say something, you got to know, like, you know, if I say my mouth is tight. When I say ah, my mouth is very simple, you know, it feels simple. You see? So sounds and these dots are telling you where this sound is coming from. And if sound should actually make you feel a certain way. That's why I want you to take your time to say, yeah, like, yeah, yeshu, yeshulak. That's forceful. Okay. It's not yeshalak. If I say yeshalak, there's no pressure coming out of my stomach. I say, yeah, I feel it. Okay. And so you see, again, that is your identifying signs. You want to look for the signs. they're breaking it down for you to let you know, like, okay, it's not just about shalak, it's yasha. You can hear it, shalak. And when you hear the shlak, you be like, oh, that's shalak. You'll hear it. But if you don't take your time and say this by itself and then the next one by itself, you will miss it. You will never remember it. Because when you hear words, okay, like I'll do this. I'll say Moshe. What did I just say?
Moses.
I just said Moses or Moshe. Okay. If I say Yah Shalach, you had an opportunity to hear you got a chance to hear the Yah and then the Shalach. Okay. If I say Wa Ha Aretz. What did I just
In the
say?
land. In the
The
land.
land.
And the land. So I got to give each letter an opportunity to be pronounced so you can hear the root, you can hear the direct object marker, you can hear the conjunction. Okay, so in our learning, you want to always be like a baby. Don't try to, force it out like, yeshalak. You don't want to say it like that. You want to be yashalak. That's how you need to learn. Okay, you don't want to be quick. I don't want to say waharetz. And to give my chance or anyone an opportunity to hear what I said. If I said wa ha aretz, you'd be like, I know what ha is. I know what y is. Oh, aretz, I know what that is. I know my vocabulary word. So then you'd be able to catch and understand, because is all what you would call tempo. So as you can see, your sounds, your body, your voice, everything is connected to this language. So it's not just memorizing what something looks like. It's making that connection between your ears, your eyes, and your mouth. That's language, okay? So then they tell you again, the second letter under the vowel under the second letter, which is the shin right here, is the ah sound. And it tells you that it's active. Okay, so they're going to give you a couple of different examples of that. Here, how do you say this right here?
No.
No. Okay, how do you say this?
Yeah.
That's it. Is that too hard? No. So once I say nah, I'm really saying, what am I really saying when I say nah?
We
will. And
Will.
what type of will? Since it's two dots. Nah.
No.
What's it feel like? If forceful, so you should feel that force coming out of your stomach. It should remind you, nah. You can't say nah in a very soft way, like nah. You won't even hear it. It's nah, yeah, nah. Ta. You got to hear it. You got to feel it. Okay. And you know that shabar means to smash or break, but because we're doing it in group number 2, it's forceful. We will smash. Okay. So this right here, how you say that?
Nashu.
Nashu. That's exactly how I want you to say it. So you say that's a nashu. Nashu what?
Nashubar.
Nashubar. Nashubar. Nashubar. Make sure that you say that ooh long enough to catch it. So you don't want to go nashubar. You want to hear it. You want to be nashu. So someone here, you can hear it. Nashubar. Instead of nasha bar, you nashu bar bear. Okay, nashaber, nashubar. See? So it's either going to be a ah or it's going to be a oo. It's going to be a ah or it's going to be a oo. Okay? If it's a oo, it's passive. If it's a ah, it's active. It's a ah, it's active. It's a oo, 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 ooh, 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 ah, ooh, 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 ooh. So whatever you got to do to memorize that sound, ooh, passive, okay? Something's being happening to you. Nashubar. Say it slow. I don't care how long it takes you to say it, but don't be quick. Nashubar. Nashubar. Ya akalu. Ya akolu. Excuse me. Ya akolu. Okay. I'll say a word. You tell me what I said. Ya ukalu. Ya ukalu.
They'll
We
be,
will
they'll be
be.
devours.
Will be. So the ooh lets you know that it will be. Okay. Perfect. And that's how you do that. Okay. So they're going to give you some more information about that. Okay. Underneath the ooh. Underneath is an identifying sign of a future tense. Okay. So you have those examples above to tell you that that ooh is clearly going to let you know that it's under the first letter of the root, which is the second letter of the actual word. Okay. So any letter that's added is the first letter. Okay. But don't get confused with the first letter of the root. So let's just solve this right quick. I have these examples right here on the bottom. Where is it at?
We can't see anything.
I'm going to try to get it right here. Let me see.
Slicker.
Yes. No worries. Thank you. Toda. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, it's tripping. All right. You guys want to trip? All right. Oh, it won't even show it. Okay. I got it in the wrong position. I'm sorry. Something's going wrong.
I think somehow it froze. He's not on. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
I think somehow he was kicked off. Hopefully he comes back on soon.
yeah. I got kicked off too. Thanks for letting me in.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys still there?
Yes.
I think we were hacked. We were hacked because my computer just completely shut off.
Uh,
So I don't know why that happened.
They don't want us to go home. That's what happened.
Yeah, well,
They're mad because we finna leave.
yeah, let's see. All right. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
And
All right,
Yes.
cool. All right, so basically what we have here, they're going to use the same root word that they've been using the whole time, which is shabar. And they're going to give you these examples how you can use the or the or the oo. Okay. So I want you to practice this. This is what I really want you to focus on. Okay. And of course, you'll know that the aleph is talking about I. You'll know that the tav right here is you. You know that the tav and the resh together will bring you to you for feminine. And so you'll get these letters that are added, and it will bring, you'll understand what those letters mean, okay, through your chart. But it's really what the focus is on this. They're just putting this root right here, the shin, the bet, and the resh. Okay, the shin, the bet, and the resh. It's still the same root. They're just telling you all the different ways that it could be used. But again, I want you to be this week. I want you to focus on the or the or the ta'u or the ta'a. Okay, because it's all here. Ta'a, tasha, tasha, ta sha, tasha, ta shu. Tashu, yashu, yashu. So that's how I want you to read it. Okay. Focus on the u and the ah. And that's going to help you understand this faster, and it's going to commit it to your memory. Okay. So your future tense table so far, okay, they tell us in your chart, simple is group number 1. Group number 2 is forceful. You guys know this. You've already been here. You've done it. But the identifying signs is where people get it messed up. This is the part where we don't really take the time to study. Be like, oh, okay. So you have 4 of them that you should memorize. They don't tell you in the book to memorize, but I'm going to tell you to memorize it. Take the time memorizing this like you would do your vocabulary words. This is the most important. Because one of the things that we learned in our studies of even the Torah is understanding, if you don't know the way that something's being said, you could say something that has already been completed and you think it's going to be in the future. So to send your mind into the future and it's already been done. We learned today from the study of the hitpael, of the participle, that guess what? The saving of us is already in process. It's not, I'm going to wait and save you later. We learned today that salvation has always been on Yah's mind. It's not an afterthought. That's what he exists for, is to save a people that needs to be saved. That's why we're in the situation we're in today. So if we understand how these things work, then you and I will know, like, okay, that's how that person said it. And then we would keep the integrity of the writings, because that's why you're learning Hebrew, so you can understand the integrity of the Torah. So this week, study these 4 things. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Focus on these things. So, how do you say this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the rule. Okay. That's yeah. This right here is silent. Why? There's a grammatical rule, because this is a short vowel. So when you got a short vowel like that, if you say this word right here, it's going to be yishbor. Yishbor. Okay. So do I want you to focus on yishbor? No, I want you to focus on this. And that is going to tell you that it's active. And that's going to tell you that it's future. So I can switch that letter and put a tav there. I can switch this letter and put a noon there. With the aleph, there's another rule, but right with, I can put any other word right here. It doesn't matter what I'm putting right here. See, the focus is on this. So if you know how to say that, and not only say it and look at it or memorize it, you'll be good. You'll be yeah. All you got to do, look at this with your eyes and say it 7 times. Yeah. After you're done, don't look at this. Just look at this after you know how to say it. Next, after I learn that, the yeah, I know, oh, it's 1 dot. It's that 1 yeah sound. So I know yeah is active. I know it's simple because it's 1 dot. Then I go to this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say yeah. You say 2. Give me the group. Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
1.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
1, 1, 1.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2, 2, 2.
Thank you. You understand? So don't worry about none of this down here. We ain't worried about that. This is what your focus is this week. Because I'm trying to get you to commit it. Because they're not telling us how to do this. They're just, they're putting pieces, letters and dots, and then you're supposed to go through it and you can look at it, but I want you to hear it. Because if you hear it, it'll stay with you. It's like a song. Okay. So yeah versus ya. Okay. Yeah. So that's yeah. What about this? How do you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah. 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 Yeah is active. Yeah. 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 Passive. So say yeah, and you'll be right there. Okay. So focus on that. Yeah. It's not yeah, it's yeah. So take your time and go yeah, yeah. And then look at this one. Yeah. Practice that. Okay. So we know that that's that's active for the yeah sound, letting us know it's in group number 2. Yeah, ooh. Right there. I know that it's forceful. I know that it's passive because it's the ooh sound. Okay. So it doesn't matter what the root is. That's not what's important. What's important is knowing the actual indicators, the identifying signs. That's what you need to focus on. Okay. And remembering that the yod is the he, will. The yod is the he, will, and then will be. But you put that with a sound, ya-oo, I know that you will, he will be. Ya-oo, yeah, that's passive. Okay. So make a game out of it some kind of way. A spouse, friend, anybody. That's what you can do. Okay. I have some time here. Let's break it down. Okay. So we're going to break this down. I'm going to send it to you. So I don't care how it sounds. I just want to look at the first one. And the only thing I'm going to ask a question. I just want you to answer the question right here. What group?
2.
Okay. Good job. Forceful is simple.
Forceful.
Forceful.
Active or passive?
Active.
What group and what is it active or passive?
Group 2. Active.
And group 2 is what?
Forceful.
Simple or forceful? Forceful. There you go. See that? Doesn't matter about the root. You can figure it out when you know your vocabulary. That's not what the issue is. So when they put stuff together, you and I, when I used to look at this, I got intimidated, like, man, look at all these words. I don't know what it is. Like all these times. Yeah. No, forget about all that. Okay. Let me ask you a question. These 2 letters right here, the top means what?
You or she.
Is it you? Is it he? Is it she? What is it?
You or she.
You.
Okay. Perfect. Yes, you or she. Thank you. Now that it has the oo on the end, is the oo singular or plural?
Plural.
And if it's a wa right here, is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Thank you.
No feminine.
So now you see that you can take one word and it has all type of information in here. First of all, it tells you it's you. Then it tells you on the end that it's plural. Then it tells you that it's masculine. Then it tells you the root word right here. Then it tells you what group it's in right here. Then it tells you whether it's active or passive. You see? So how many things do I have going on? I can point. I got 1. But this is here for the root. That's 2. I got the N right here that tells me masculinity and N number. That's 3 and 4. Then I got the whether or not it's what group it's in, right? Forceful, right? That's another thing. Then I got the active or passive. I got 5 things in one word. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the things that you have to be looking for when you look at these words. Okay. I'm gonna circle something. You tell me what it is.
Causative.
Remember the lesson today is the future tense is dealing with active and passive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Passive.
Thank you. We haven't hit the causative. So, okay. So that's where, but I really should have circled all of it, but I didn't. I did that on purpose though. Here you go. Tell me what this says. The yo, the this and that. What is being spoken?
You.
The yo is he.
I'm sorry.
He what?
Will
Uh-huh.
be.
Thank you. He will what?
He will be.
He will be what?
Devolve.
No, you're right. He will be what? He will be group two. He will be forceful.
Oh, forceful.
He will be forceful. But listen, they have something on the end. So the he, but I just told you that. So you did well. That's exactly correct.
Hey,
Now,
well,
if I added this right here, the he right here is adjoined to plurality. So now it's they,
hey,
masculine, will be forceful in a call. If you're forceful in a call, what are you being? What are you doing?
devoured.
You are devouring. Yes, they are being devoured. They will be devoured. Perfect.
May I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Is there a such thing as you all will be devoured if it's you and it's plural?
Yes. It sure is. It is a you. So the you right here is okay. So this is he, right? Masculine.
Mhm.
And then here means they. Okay. So that's why you know it's masculine, right? The you right here is always, remember this, it will never change. The you is always going to be the top. And that could be singular, okay, if it's by
Oh.
itself. And if it's a
Okay.
female, they'll throw a, I'm looking for one right here. They'll throw this right here. That right there is feminine you. They'll put a tav and a yod. That's feminine. Okay. But when you talk about plurality of you, it's right here.
Thank you.
Right here. Okay. So when you look at that and you break it down and you go to your chart, you'll find out, oh, the ta'u, this right here, the ta'u right here, that lets you know that that means you plural and is masculine. This right here, the ta'i, that lets you know is feminine, singular, and that means you. Okay. So the you is really the tav. Okay. The tav with the yod is feminine, singular. Okay. The tav with the u on the end is you, plural for masculine. Okay. The yod with the u on the end right here is, that is a he, so we know it's masculine, right? Then you're going to put the u on the end, means it's plural, it's males. So you know it's plural. So if it's male plural and it's not a you talking to second person, then the last thing it is a third person, which means they.
They. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, they will be devoured. Yeah. So you got to know your pieces. So we get confused because we're like, man, look at all this stuff. I can't do all this. I don't know. Yes, you do. You do know it. You watch my movie Angel Heart. He's at the end, he says, you know, it was you. Okay. I want to share one sentence with you that will help us understand. And I'm gonna go right here. Where is it at? Right here. Send away. Okay. That's from the ark. Okay. Smash the tablets. Okay. So we have this sentence right here. Okay. They have the word Hashem in there, but it's not. It's number 5. Okay. So they're going to give you this sentence. Okay. And it's going to, bring everything out. They switched the name. They don't want to say the name. That's why they call him Hashem, and it's identified with this. But we know that we have the permission because we're his children. We can call him by his name if we do it in righteousness, which is the Yod Wahe. Okay. So Wa Yo Mer. And he said, See? And it just says and, but it doesn't tell you that yod right there is he. And then the said right here is here. And he said, and then the name is Yohe. Okay. And so Yahweh said to El Moshe. So directing towards Moshe, that's who this action is being spoken to. Words are being said to him. To who? Moshe. Okay. He said, Ode, another, they say one plague, akkad, they're describing it. Usually the adjective follows the actual noun, which is describing. So it is true, akkad, nega. So a lot of times you hear people call each other the N word, right? Nega, but nega means plague. Okay. Our modern day, you know what it is? Nega, nigga. Okay. So naga is a plague. It means to strike. Okay. So y'all's talking about striking with another plague. Okay. And he says, Avi, I will. And the reason why it's I will, because they added an aleph to the front, means not only I, but I will. Is I will future, or is it in the past, or is it in the present?
Future.
Future.
It's the future, because it's added to the front of that root. I will bring upon, that's upon Paro, and upon Mizraim, Akare, another. Okay, I'm going to bring afterwards another what? And he said afterwards, they don't tell you what Cain is, which they should, but they have this word here. After I do this afterwards, it says afterwards, which is Akare Cain, but it really means this afterwards, this is what's going to happen. They used the word, somebody tell me, I have it circled right there.
Yashalach.
Yeah. So now let's describe it so you can get some understanding. So, yeah, and you said it perfectly. Yeah. So, yeah means he will.
Will.
Okay. Now we know, let's break it down. This is the he will. Okay. See, I got to catch myself. He will. Okay. That's that. This is what group?
Two.
Forceful.
So that
Forceful.
means that it's forceful. And then we have this right here that tells us, is it active or passive?
Active.
He's active. So he's actively, forcefully going to do it. And the he here is Yohe Wahe. Okay. That doesn't cause him to do this, right? So he says, and while Yishlak and talking about Paro is going to send you, okay, actively. But how is he going to send away?
For
Yeah, you said it.
forceful.
Forcefully. Ethkim from Mizeh, meaning from here. Okay. So let me go now that we understand it. I want to go down to the sentence where you can actually see it a lot better, because here they have it like all squared up. But in your lesson, you're going to find it. And I want to just bring this point out and then let you go. In that sentence, right here, and number 8 is the same sentence. Vayomer Elohim to El Moshe, Od Nega Akkad. I'm going to get another plague, one more to Avi, I will bring upon Paro and upon Mizraim. And afterwards, Akare Cain. Now they show you the Makef. That's why they didn't have it there. That's why I didn't like it. This little thing right here means that I got to say the two things together. That's why that sentence that we just saw that was blocked up didn't make sense, because they didn't have the makef there. A makef means that, just to let you know, this little mark right here means that I need to say this and this together. I can't say it alone. They have to be together. Like Eth Mitzrayim, you see the little makef right here? It's a grammatical tool to tell you that those two sounds go together. So I just can't say Eth Mitzrayim. I have to say Eth Mitzrayim. I say Akare Cain. I can't just say Akare Cain, because I'm separating it, which means that it's not together. I got to keep it together, because everything is with that makef means that this is connecting this with this. This is connecting this with this. Okay, so that's what that mark means. It's called a makef. Right here, Eth Yehona. That goes together. So you'll see that. So that's one of the markers that you'll see. When you see like El Moshe, it goes together. You can't just say El Moshe. It has to be El Moshe. Okay. That's something you have to learn. All right. But anyway, this sentence right here is saying something about how Pharaoh is going to send them away. We learned that he's going to send them away actively. He's actively going to do this. And he's also going to do it because it's group number 2. So the question is this: why does Pharaoh have to forcefully send them away?
Because the Most High destroyed, or no, the last plague, right?
Yeah,
God
well, he
told
said, I'm going to send one more, but remember, it was that
Oh,
it
the
was,
plagues of her.
yeah, remember, it was the last plague. He said, I'm going to send one more after this, right?
Right.
My
Most High
point is this.
Way.
Yeah, remember they say that oh, let my people go. Remember?
Yes.
Mhm.
He never said that.
Mm.
The Creator never said, let my people go. That's insinuating, and he's asking him for permission. Or poor little me, let my people, just let them go. You're holding my people, let them go. He never said that. The Most High said, forcefully send them away. And the question I have for the class is, why does he want Pharaoh to forcefully send Israel away?
They didn't want to leave.
Thank you, Dr. Ured.
Wow.
They don't want to leave.
Mm, mm.
Now, doesn't Ezekiel chapter number 20 make sense? He says, when they were in Mitzrayim and I told them to get rid of their gods, they didn't get rid of them. He said, I was going to destroy them while they were in Mitzrayim. Because I asked each one of them to get rid of their gods, and they did not do so. Why? Because they never wanted to leave. Remember, they kept complaining in the wilderness, oh, I wish that we would have stayed by the leeks and the garlic and the cucumbers. And, why'd you bring us out here? Because they never wanted to leave. So when you start asking the question, why is your relatives and your family members that are not willing to follow this way of life, and your friends and the Hebristians and the Christians, then there's your answer. They don't want to leave the nations. They want to stay with them. That's why the Most High sent us here, to figure out who wants to leave and who wants to stay.
Oh.
That was very
Amazing.
awesome.
You
Wow.
understand?
That is amazing.
You see?
Yes.
That's why.
That's important. Why we are learning Hebrew, so we can read the Torah and understand it. No conflict.
Yes, so you can get out of it. So you be like, no, I want out.
Mhm.
Before he had to literally force them out.
Oh, I see.
That changes the game. That should change our mindset. Be like, wait a minute. So if you're acting rebellious and you're acting reluctant to change and you don't want to learn, you want to stay here. That's why he says, I'm going to bring you out I'm going to bring you out. Read chapter number 20 of Ezekiel after what I just told you. It'll make sense to you, like, so he never destroyed them. He said, I was going to, but I never. And I destroyed a little bit of them, but I didn't get them all. Then the children rebelled against me, but I didn't do it because the nations were watching. I never poured my fury on them. Why? Because they never got rid of their idols. They've been holding on to the whole time. So he's telling them, if you're going to judge them, you need to tell them the story. They never wanted to leave. They never want to get rid of their idols, you guys. And that's the danger of us not knowing the language. Because if you don't know if it's forceful, then you would never understand when he says, send my people out. That he had to force him to send them out. Because Pharaoh didn't want them to go, and neither did they want to go. You thought it was just him. It was them too.
Wow.
Yes, but you would never know that if you don't know the Yeshalak, Yeshalak. Send my people forcefully out of there actively right now. You see? Told him, if you don't send my son and you don't do what I tell you, I'm going to kill your son. You understand?
Hallelujah.
So that's why you're here learning. So you can understand the tenses, you can understand who's speaking, you can understand if it's forceful, you can understand if it's causative, you can understand. Because if you understand it, it'll direct your thoughts. And you'll start looking at things a lot differently. You're like, okay, well, that's the problem. That's what our ancestors has been doing from day number one. They've been a whole bunch of rebels. Now I know why you say they were rebels. So it goes back to Egypt. They don't want to leave. Okay. Any questions?
That was a mouthful right there, more.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they don't want to go. And they still don't want to go. Yeah. Let my people go, please. Yeah. No, they like Egypt. Anyway,
Yeah,
shalom. I'm sorry the rest of the oh no, it's still recording. It went back on recording. That's cool. I'm glad we still caught it. Hallelujah. Praise be to the living Elohim. I'll send this out to you guys. Anyone have any questions before I let you go?
Oh, Toda, good lesson.
Yeah. Toda.
Elder Rabah.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to send you guys your information. And the Robbie family?
I'm here. My mouth is open, but I'm here.
Oh, praise be to the living Elohim. I do want to tell you that I'm sorry I didn't see your email, but I'm going to send everything I have to you.
Okay, that is no problem. One question. Am I able to obtain the recordings also?
Yeah, I'll send a link to you. I'll send I'm on YouTube called Absolute Knowledge.
Absolutely.
Absolute knowledge of Torah.
It's
So you can probably see me on there. I'll send you a link. I'll share
Okay.
it with you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Whole new way of looking at it, right? Now I understand Marcia and I always talk about the difficulty and trying to enlighten and share what we learned with
Yeah.
being our Most High's chosen and Hebrews and Hebrew Israelites and what that means, and they can't let go of JC. Now we get it. It goes all the way, right?
Yeah, it goes right back there. So that's what he's been trying to get out of us for centuries. So look how long suffering and impatient he's been with us as a people. See? So now he puts the onus on us now. Now it's up to you. Okay, I came and got you. I took you out of somewhere you didn't want to leave. Right? So I've got this woman, this bride. I bring her out. I propose to her. She tells me, yeah, I'm going to do everything you say. And then I told her that if you listen to what I say and you obey my words and you guard what I say, would you do it? She said, yeah, I'll do it. He ain't said one word, not gave one commandment or nothing. It didn't matter how many words. She said, yeah, I'll do everything you say. So he said, okay, brought her out, gave her the commandment statutes. She didn't listen. She decided to continue to be what she is, what she says you are being a whore, you're being unfaithful to me. So the relationship has started off the wrong way. And so he's pretty much been dealing with us, and we've been prostituting ourselves to the nations. And he's like, okay, well, I tell you what, now that you lived in the house, you committed adultery on me, go to the book of Hosea and find that out. I'm going to put you in seclusion and for a while, and I'm not going to be intimate with you for a long time. Okay. So now that you're in seclusion, I can't touch you. You're not coming near to me. We're not having no intimacy until you go through a process of purification. But I got to get those idols and those people that you have been claiming to be your lovers, and the ones that you say who deeply love you, I want to see what they're going to do for you. So I took you out your land and everything. Now I want to see if they're going to save you. One last thing before I do so is, it's not that I'm just going to wake you up and tell him your husband. I'm actually going to put you in a position to find out if that God is really true or not for you. So you can see that there ain't nobody else but me. So what I need to do is I'm going to bring trouble on you. And I'm going to have you call out to your God. And you can find this in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter number 32. He asks, where's your God? I'm going to bring trouble on you. So you can call out to your God, and your God's not going to answer you. And if you want the best example, you can go right there to the book of Kings, and you go with Eliyahu, which is called Elijah. And he said, we're going to find out who Elohim is today. We're going to find out. Call out to your God and see if he responds. But generally, the children of Israel call out to Yahweh when they're in trouble. So he's going to bring trouble on the family. And then we're going to find out who's who then. Because they're going to call on JC. They're going to call on Yahweh Shai. They're going to call on all these other gods and all these other names, and no one's going to answer them. And then they're going to finally realize that, wait a minute, the God didn't respond. See, they're too stupid right now, but he said they're going to find out that God doesn't exist because he ain't saved you. I'm your savior. Okay. And I've been saving you from day one. I've always kept you. You understand? So we're going to see. Where's your God at? Because he's always asking, where's he at? Where is he? Where is he? Elijah said, is he on the potty? Meaning, is he a man? Where is he? Did he take a trip? Is what? You understand? Making reference to a man. Cursed is the man that puts his trust in a man. Praise be to our Elohim. Yeah. Keep with this language, and I guarantee you gonna be off the chain. You're gonna be off the chain. You might get terrified. You might start calling people, listen, like you lost your mind. You don't know what a verb is? I don't care. I don't care. English is the same as every other language. This is the reason why we got it, because we are in America, aren't we? That's what I hear all the time. Okay, forget it. Yah says that you're dumb and stupid. If you make yourself stupid, you'll stay stupid. That's what he said. You stay dumb. That's it. You want to stay dumb? Stay dumb. You don't want to learn? Fine. Because the Torah is our way out of the judgment. That's what nobody understands. If you don't follow the Torah, you're dead. That's it. The Torah is instructions to make you go on the way that you need to go for his name's sake, for his righteousness' sake. You stay on the road that he gave you and follow the instructions. If nobody listens to the instructions, they won't know how to get out of the situation. So he's chosen the Torah. That is the final test. It's not just giving up your God. It is, are you going to do what I said? If you do what I said, you would be loyal to me. You wouldn't be talking about another God. But you don't want to hear my voice. You think I spoke in the New Testament. I ain't said one word in the New Testament. Not one. The Most High ain't spoke one time. Nothing, not one word, nothing. He never spoke. Thus saith Yahweh, the word of Yahweh came to me. No prophet, nobody. You see? So if you don't want to be destroyed, then, try to encourage people. Don't be too hard. I'm just like, okay, hey, this is what it is. But trouble's coming.